Okay, Satnam. Yeah. Yes, as Japjeet told you, I have been with MPA for many, many years. So it's almost like my own home and own family. So I enjoy taking classes with different students who come here all the time. So today, yes, of course, I'm going to talk to you more about communication, about slander and all that, because Sukhdev just shared with me that already you have studied some things related to it. So what Gurbani and Sikhi talks about it, so little bit about that. And also then any questions you have related to any of the gurus, anything from Sikh history, anything about the Sikh philosophy, you can ask me and I'll try my best to answer those. So to start with communication, with slander, the thing is this, that whatever we talk, the more it comes from our heart, the impact that it makes is stronger, right? So the Guru says that, whenever you are talking, the Gurbani says about Parmeshwar, about Lord, the Guru says, Mit bolada ji sajjan swami mora. Mit means sweet, that my Lord Almighty is very sweet in his conversation. Mit bolada, mitha is like, sugar, sweet. So he's so sweet. Although he is the master, and mostly the leaders are like, it's a very authoritative role, and they need to be very firm and everything in there, how they communicate their orders and all that. But the Guru says in Gurbani that although he is the master of the cosmos, but whenever it comes to deliver his orders to us, to say anything to his creation, he is very sweet. Mit bolada ji sajjan swami mora. So that's like a Shabad in Gurbani. And then from there, if we begin, then he says that, see, this is his nature. Whose nature? Our master's, our creator's nature. So if we want to be in love with him, and we want that he should like shower his blessings on us and he should be very happy with us, we should also have the same kind of nature. So that means our communication should also be the same. Very polite, very sweet, but also firm in itself as well. Right? So that is why there are different examples. Like you see, for example, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, when he says that you have to, like when he tells us that how you have to connect with God, he is very humble in a way when he says that, if you call me God, then, it will not take you anywhere. God is God. I am a normal person. But then also he is very firm in it when he says that, but also if a Sikh is not showing respect to the Guru, then how is he going to follow the path? Because the teacher's orders are to be followed as well. So being humble and also being firm in letting us know the real situation, both the things together are put up in a balance by the Guru in Gurbani. And that's what the Guru says for us also, that our communication and everything should also have both the things. That we are able to deliver what we want to deliver. Sometimes whatever we want to say is something very harsh in itself. It's the harsh reality we want to communicate to the other person. But still, we need to be very conscious of this, that howsoever bad a thing or rude a thing it is, still it should be brought up in a way that it doesn't hurt the other person. That's one aspect of it. Second aspect is that the Guru says that Ninda pali kise ki nahi. Ninda means slander, the word which you use in Punjabi, we call it Ninda. When you are just backbiting, you're talking something bad about some other person, and for example, I don't like her, so I just instead of telling her directly, if I am a good person and I feel that she is doing something wrong, if I am a good person, I am following my spiritual path, my way of communication should be, I should talk to her directly and personally, that this is something I feel is not okay and you should change it. That is one way. Another way which is not right is this, that I'll go to the other person and in front of her I'll show that I am your good friend and I'm fine with it, but I'll go to her and I'll start telling her all that I was feeling about her in a negative way. So the Guru says that if we consider this is a sin, this is a sin, this is a sin, he says this is the biggest sin possible. If you are talking something bad about the other person behind them, and you're like, you're just making her as a, like you're making her look like a very, very negative person in front of others, that is like something not at all acceptable by God. So that is why it's like Ninda pali kise ki nahi. Kise ki means anybody's. Like for example, even if it is someone who is really, really bad, For example, if we look at, like, there have been people, some great people who have been, maybe we see a dictator, and even if we are talking about him, the Guru says that, nowhere, like, your mind should be so clear about it that this creation is created by someone. So, this thought of whatever we get in Mool Mantra, that ek onkar satnam karta purakh, karta and purakh, these both things should never miss out from your communication. For example, let me take one simple example. For example, Hitler, he did, many things which many people don't like in the world, most of the people. So now, even the Guru says that even if you are talking about that person as well, even then also, who are you to why are you taking this burden on yourself of making judgment about him? It's okay if you are, for example, if I am in a position that I have to counter some things, you are in that kind of political situation, then you're talking about it because it's a need of your duty, different thing. Otherwise, even for that cases also, avoid yourself to be into a negative conversation about anybody. Be clear in your mind that whatever is happening is like a cosmic dance that's being played by the Creator. You don't need to take anything to your heart and be burdened by it, because if you will talk negative about anybody, what effect it will have on you is that you will be burdened by that negativity. The other person, she might not even know what I talked to her about her. No, but I know that I did. So that means I am burdening myself. And I am the one who is creating a situation where I'll get a consequence of it. Because Gurbani is very clear about it that whatever we do get back. So that's why the Guru says that avoid it. Avoid getting into any negative conversation. And even if you feel that you are in a group and people are doing it, try to motivate them to come out of it. And whenever a situation comes that there are some things and you're forced to be into it, then the Guru says just try to make yourself understand this thought of karta and purakh. Karta means he is the doer, purakh means he is in everybody. That's why there are different shabads in Gurbani in which the Guru says, Bajigar jaise baji pai, nana roop pe ek dikhlai. That it is that all the varied forms have come from one thing. So whenever your mind is upset that, no, this person did bad to me, I have to do this back to him, how can he do this to me? So I'm going to tell 10 people that, he's this kind of person. No, at that moment, make your mind calm, reading these kind of shabads, through which you see God in your enemy as well. That is the most important thing that the Gurbani says. And in Gurbani, because we have the writings of other saints also, we have the Sikh Gurus and their Gurbani, but we have from other religions also. So there is a very famous saint, Saint Kabir. So Kabir ji also focuses a lot on this. He says that it is not Ninda Pali Kise Ki Nahi, as I told you one Shabad, then in that Kabir ji explains it very nicely. He says that because Kabir ji, the story goes like this, that he was found on a road like this. Someone had abandoned their child. So the family who picked him up, brought him up, so he lived in a Muslim family. But then people said that he is basically from a Hindu background. So nobody was ever clear that whether he was born Hindu or born Muslim. So whenever he did something, either the Muslims didn't like it or the Hindus didn't like it. First thing. Second thing was, because he was very logical minded saint, very, very logical minded person, and he was very straightforward with whatever he had to say. So most of the time people didn't like the way he criticized some things. The people didn't like him that much. And also his way of thinking was not at all at par with the present rituals that were being followed in religions at that time. So that's why Kabir ji was not much liked by people. So people would talk many wrong things about him at his back and all that. So in one of his shabads, he says that, I don't care if people are doing my ninda, they are talking bad about me. Why? Because somebody who is doing my ninda is basically like washing the stains of my clothes. So if I did some wrong karma, if she did some wrong karma in her last life and now I am talking bad about her, what I am basically doing, I am washing off her bad karma. So that's the philosophy that how like if we try to understand it step by step, then this is the way. The Guru says, first, when you're talking bad about the other person, you're burdening yourself, and the second thing is you are washing away the other person's bad karma. So see, look at it. You say that he's your enemy and you want to like harm him in a way. How are you harming him? By spoiling his image in the society. But basically Guru says, no, you're blind, you're not seeing. What's actually happening is behind the curtain, what's actually happening is you're not spoiling his image, you're actually washing off his karma. So in a way, you're helping your enemy and you are putting yourself in trouble.
So then, before you were saying not to talk about people in a negative way, so now are you encouraging us to talk
No,
about
no,
people
no.
about
So I'm,
doing their karma?
no, it's,
If we're talking to the Guru,
yeah.
then maybe the Guru even puts us into situations where we're supposed to be talking
Yeah.
negatively to help them in some kind of unconscious, unknown way.
Yeah, no. See, that's why I'm saying both the things are together. What will happen is that you will burden yourself and you. So, do you want to burden yourself? So, the Guru.
Only if I can serve another by removing their karma. So it's kind of like a seva in some way.
But then there are so many other ways of doing seva, right? And also, you see, I'm coming to that seva part also. Just 1 minute, Hanji Mukul. Okay. So yeah, no, it's not like that. This is like, you know, a very like how can this be a kind of seva? If you're doing seva is something. Now, what is the purpose of seva? The purpose of seva is not only just helping others, but it is also basically helping your own self. Because by doing seva, you are making you're working hard on your mind. It's my own ego that I need to tackle with. That's why I am doing seva. Whenever we are doing seva, we should not do it in an illusion that, oh, you know, I'm trying to help someone. No, you are helping your own self. Because without doing, like first thing which I told you today was that the God is of this particular nature. We want to be loved by him. So we have to come into the same nature with him, same kind of behavior. And developing that kind of behavior, that kind of qualities is not an easy task to do. So in Sikhi, seva is the best path which teaches us, which helps us to develop those kind of qualities. So that is why in those qualities, the very first quality is that we have to tackle our ego, our thoughts and everything. So that is why if we think of doing this kind of seva, it's actually not seva. It is like, you know, it's not serving the purpose what seva is for. So that is why it's like I feel that if we go through the Sikh philosophy and the Sikh and Gurbani and everything, then it will explain to us clearly that this is not something to which we can call seva. Hanji Mukul. First Mukul.
We were just, oh, Mukul, sorry. No, the conversation we just had before was this poke, provoke, confront, elevate, right? So it's a formula that Yogi Maya gave about communication. But any time you poke or provoke, right, which you could be when you're talking about someone, always to the elevation. So if you don't bring it to elevation, you and the other,
Yeah.
then it's slander, then it's negative, and then it's karmic.
Yeah, and also you see seva is something that will take you out of that wheel of karma, that vicious circle of karma. This kind of thing will not take you out of that vicious circle. It will again make some bad karma for you. So again you will be part of that wheel that is continuously moving. So that is why this act will not be called an act of seva. Because it's not getting you out of that cycle of birth and death. It is not. Seva is something, any one step taken is like, you know, you're moving a step further from that wheel of karma. Mukul?
My question is, so if you're talking about someone negative, that's you're taking their negative energy. But then if you talk about someone when he or she is not there, just in a conversation, is that...
No, that is not. Like for example, if you are not here, right? And then I'm just talking to them about you, that Mukul is our, you know, he's one of our employees, he's working here, and that's not like that. It's like, you know, something like I read a book, it's called Book of Mirdad, and that the writer writes a very beautiful thing that, you know, whenever you say something, say it in a way that you think whatever you're saying, your words are written on the sky. So that when you come back and, you know, somebody tells you those things, you are not hurt by it. But if I talked something such that I want to be concealed from even a single person in the world, that means that is something that is called slander, right? Yeah.
What was the name of the book you mentioned?
Book of Mirdad.
Mirdad.
Mirdad, yeah.
And can you explain the word Kartapurk?
Karta Purakh, yeah. Karta means doer, somebody who's doing. Purakh is manifested. So these both words are used to explain the qualities of God in Sikhi. So the Guru says that howsoever, like for example, we are 15 people sitting here, whatever we are doing is actually who's doing? The God is doing, because He is in us, He is in all of us, He is the life in us. So that means He is manifested in us. Purkh, He is the manifestation in all of us. That's why we have the same thing manifested in all of us. And that one thing, that Lord, that Almighty, that cosmic force is something which is making us do the things. So He is the doer because He is manifested in all of us. Hanji.
Is it bad karma when I talk about someone who's already dead as a bad example when I want to teach?
Yeah, if you are using it just as an example, for example, like see here I used the someone's name, Hitler's name as an example, right? So now even if you go out of this class and you talk about it, like I am not wherever, it's like my view, about a journal thing. I am not something like, I am not concealing it or something, like it's something that I can tell in public anytime. So if it is something like that and you're using it just like an example and you don't have any personal grudges against that person, then it's not a bad karma. Okay. Hanji. Mukul, you want to say something? No. Okay. So this is the basic thing which first thing is that we should not do it because it's not a good thing to do. And the other thing is like Kabir ji, I was talking about Kabir ji, that what Kabir ji does, that he very logically, like other Gurbani also, if you read written by him, it is very scientific and logical in nature, because he tries to make us understand everything in a very proper way, like a science professor, how the experiments go. Okay, this is the things to do, this is the method, this is the conclusion, this is the objective, so that way. So that's why when he gives us this kind of explanation, washing off the stains, he's trying to make us understand that you are thinking you are harming the other person, but you're basically not harming them. So just wake up from this thought and just don't do it. It will not do any good to you, neither to you, not to him. So why are you just doing it? Just stop it. So that's the kind of approach that Bhagat Kabir ji has.
I feel like both of these approaches, like thinking that the slander is washing the clothes of the slander, and also that like the one God is creating everything and is doing everything, both of these things create like a real sense of relief. Like that the pressure kind of comes off.
Yeah.
And they create some space to breathe.
Yes, because otherwise we will always be in this thing that now he did something, now I have to do it, I have to do this thing in itself, puts me in a kind of like, I'll always be with a worrier, I have to do something, I have to tackle it, I have to teach him a lesson. Now I'm like, no problem, there is a master who's looking after me and he knows that whatever is happening, it's in someone's control and he will see. There are so many such very good stories that, there is a very nice story in Suraj Prakash Granth, that one time what happened, that Guru Gobind Singh Ji always had an eagle. So it is said that, one time what happened, there was a bird that was caught, and that was like a very weird, like not a very common bird to be found in Punjab. So, some of the eagles caught it and they were, just killing it for having as a food and everything. And then Guruji was passing from there and he stood and he was just looking like this. And the Sikhs around him, they felt it a bit strange that Guruji is standing and looking at it and he's not telling the birds to fly off. One reason which I understand is, of course, it's a food chain, so it's a natural cycle that happens. But still, some of the Sikhs got curious about it, so they were like, what's wrong? So the Guru said, what happened? This eagle that I carry on my shoulder always, in their last life, this eagle was a Hindu man, and a man who gives money on loan to people, and this bird was a Sikh man. He was like on the path of Sikhi. So one time, this Sikh man got into some trouble, some financial crisis, and he needed money. So he went to this Hindu person and he said that I want loan. But his reputation was not good. He would take money from people and not give it back. So the Hindu man was like a bit not so agree to this, that I'll lend him money. So what happened? That person, what he did, he used his identity of being Sikh in a wrong way. He told him, you know what, I am Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sikh and you don't believe me. I follow Sikhi, and Sikhs never lie. They always tell the truth. So I'll keep up my promise. So the Hindu man said that although he was a Hindu, but he had that love for the Guru in his heart. So he said that when he took the name of the Guru, I told him, chalo, take it, okay? In the name of the Guru, whole life when that person lived, he said whenever I would remind him, again he would say the same statement back. Oh, you are just, you're doubting me. I told you I am the Sikh, I'll pay you back. In this kind of thing, they both passed away. So the Guru said, now this eagle on my shoulder is always telling me that in your name I gave the money to the person, and you see your follower betrayed me. In a way to make the Sikhs understand, the Guru explained them like this, that and then that person, he's like, so you see the karma comes back to you like this, and now you see this eagle, like he's with me, and this bird. So that kind of so many stories. I don't know which thing was there, so I got to this story. So that's how when you, whatever you say and whatever you do is something like very much this cycle. It's like like we are running a school, we have rules, we have rules into practice. Similarly, this cosmos is also all under rules and regulations. So whatever we say or we do, it falls into that cycle of karma. So that's how it is.
Can I just read the line from Kabir,
Yeah.
the translation
Yes.
of that Shabad? It's very beautiful. He says, slander me, go ahead people, slander me. Slander is pleasing to the humble servant of the Lord. Slander is my father, slander is my mother. If I am slandered, I go to heaven. The wealth of the Naam abides within my mind. If my heart is pure and I am slandered, then the slanderer washes my clothes. One who slanders me is my friend. The slanderer is in my thoughts. The slanderer is the one who prevents me from being slandered. The slanderer wishes me long life. I have love and affection for the slanderer. Slander is my salvation. Slander is the best thing for the servant Kabir. The slanderer is drowned while I am carried across.
Yeah.
One thing I heard in that is that it only really works if the heart is pure, though. So if you're slandering someone and they're kind of slandering you back, then this whole thing doesn't.
Yes, then it's like from that book only, the book of Mirdad, in that the writer writes, right? It's like someone wrote you a letter, okay? Two things. One is I'll reply it back. If I'll reply it back, I'll get a reply back. If I just read the letter, keep it aside, done. Then I am not falling into that circle of sending letters again and again. So it's like if I am slandering you and you are like, it's fine, then you are not falling into that trap. But if I do it, you do it, then I do it, you do it, then it's like we are both into a trap, and it's not going away. So that's how it is about slander. And then also, any questions till this related to this? No? Okay. So this is how it is. First thing is we don't do it and all that. And now something from the Guru's life. Like for example, today you are also going to visit Baba Shri Chand Ji's place, na? How many of you know about it? Yeah. So one sakhi I will tell related to that, which is also related to this kind of topic which we were studying. So Guru Ramdas Ji, the fourth Guru, Baba Shri Chand Ji is the son of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, right? So Baba Shri Chand Ji was there all the time when the Guruship passed on to the second Guru, third Guru, fourth Guru. So, but in the beginning it is said that the family, Guru Nanak Dev Ji's family, was not very happy about having the Guruship gone to someone who is outside the family. If you read Gurbani, in Gurbani there is a Bani called Ramkali Ki War. In that also this thing is particularly mentioned, that it was not taken as a very good decision by the family. But then over the time, Baba Shri Chand Ji was like a saint. He was also into his practice and spiritual everything.
He was the son of
Guru Nanak.
Right? So
Yeah. So when Guru Ramdas Ji got on the Guruship, that time Baba Shri Chand Ji was very curious. Every time he was very curious to go and meet the person who is getting the Guruship, right? So he came to meet Guru Angad Dev Ji, he came to meet Guru Amar Das Ji also. And then Guru Ramdas Ji, when he came to meet Guru Ramdas Ji had a very long beard. Okay, so when he came, he just in a way he said that he was not very much happy about it at that time. So he just said that why have you grown so long a beard? And Guru Ramdas Ji, instead of like showing a reaction back. He just replied in a very humble way. He said that I have it so long so that I can wash away the dust from the feet of great people like you, because you are son of the Guru. This humbleness, you see, from 1469 till 15 something, end of the 16th century, till that time Baba Shri Chand ji was carrying this grudge that, you know, that how are these men greater than us, we are the sons of the Guru. That thing was there. Now this one such humble reply from Guru Ram Das ji washed away the whole thing. He felt that, okay, this is the humbleness that these people had, who Guru Angad Dev ji, Guru Amar Das ji and Guru Ram Das ji, that got them the Guruship from my father. See that, so that's how important it is. When you communicate something to the other person, it's like in Gurbani Maharaj ji says, don't ever break anyone's heart. Just never do it. Never even think of doing it. If you do that, the God will never be happy with you. So our words are something, you know, sometimes we are not hitting someone, nothing. But our words, they are like, you know, they have that kind of effect. So you see, Guru Ram Das ji's just one humble reply made Baba Shri Chand ji understand the entire big thing which he was not able to understand for past so many years. And from that day onward, Baba Shri Chand ji got into a very good relation with the house of the Guru and with the Gurus and everybody. He got into such close relation with the Guru that when the time came that Baba Shri Chand ji had to leave the world, before passing away, he sent a message to Guru Har Gobind Sahib ji that, no, not a message, he came to meet Guru Har Gobind Sahib ji and told him that you have 5 sons, give me one. He said, why? He said, because I want that my community, the Udasi community, should be led by someone from the house of the Guru, because then the connection will always be there. So that's why Guru Har Gobind Sahib ji's eldest son, Baba Gurditta ji, he became the leader of the Udasi community after Baba Shri Chand ji. So you see, this communication that he had with Guru Ram Das ji is something that was the cause of such a big thing. That Udasi community came to be a part of the Sikh community. And then so many things happened, so many events happened.
How is the Udasi tradition different from the Kundalini Yoga, and how it's related to Raj Yoga?
Yeah, it is like, see, we have Hatha Yoga, then we have, in Sikhi, what we call it Raj Yoga. If you read there is a Bani in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, which are called Savaiye, okay? Just to tell you, just an introduction. In Savaiye, that Bani, there comes a lot of times Raj Yoga. Raj Yoga means you are a king, but you are also a yogi. That means both, like Miri and Piri. You are carrying both the things together. So that is Raj Yoga. And then we have like Kundalini Yoga. You must be knowing more than me. But what I understand is that it is different from Hatha Yoga. Like in that, you know, you are more into like renouncing everything, not being into the world at all. No. But in this, what happens is you are living in the world, but you are renouncing the things which are like physically you are not renouncing it, but mentally you are into it, but you are detached from it. Like a lotus, how it lives in water. It is in water, but it is never destroyed by water. It lives there in a way that, yes, it can be alive. It's not drowned by it. So that kind of, that's why Kundalini Yoga and Raj Yoga, these are the things which are different from Hatha Yoga. So in Udasi Panth, what happens is that they are, I think, more into Hatha Yoga. No? That's what we can say. So that's why they are a bit different from us, but not different you can say, but yeah, their way of, they are following the same thing, but their way, their path is different. Like for example, you know, if I have a very logical mind and you have a very devotional mind, we will have different ways how we practice the Guru. Because I might be logical, so I might be reading more about the philosophical things, and you are devotional. For you, it must be like, okay, I'm just listening to the Gurbani the whole day and it's helping me. A devotional person does not want to get into what does this mean, what does that mean, and a logical person wants that. So there are two different paths, but they are leading to the same thing. Similarly, Udasis, they are following a different kind of path. They are renouncing the worldly things, but still they are leading to the same way, to the same mission. Yeah, like that. Okay, so that's why this Sakhi is something which, like, you know, a simple conversation, but it led to such a big thing to happen. And then you are also going to go to that place, Gurdwara today, Guru Ke Mahal, right? Sukhdev just shared with me. That's a very important place where you're going to go today, because Mahal means palace. Guru Ke Mahal means the palace of Guru. Palace of Guru means it was the Guru's home. So it is the place where Guru Ramdas ji, Guru Arjan Dev ji lived when they were living in Amritsar. And then Guru Hargobind Sahib ji also lived there. And then Guru Hargobind Sahib ji's children were born. So in his children we have the 9th Guru also, Guru Tegh Bahadur ji. So it is basically the birthplace of Guru Tegh Bahadur ji as well. So whenever in Amritsar we have the Prakash Gurpurab means the day when the Guru came into the world, the birth of the Guru. In Sikhi we avoid using the word birth and death, we mostly use Prakash and Sukhasan. So Guru Tegh Bahadur ji's Prakash Gurpurab and Guru Arjan Dev ji's Prakash Gurpurab are the two big occasions which are celebrated at Guru Ke Mahal and Santokhsar Sahib both. Okay, these are the two places where they celebrate these two things. So Guru Ke Mahal is like a place where the Guru lived for, I think, more than 20 years. So that's why it's a very special place. And you know, like now when you go there, the area is like very congested and everything, but in those days it is said that it was very beautiful and all. And you know, when you are walking, when you go to Harmandir Sahib and you know the Akal Takht Sahib side shoe place, from there when you're walking to Guru Ke Mahal, on the way there comes a place, it's like very small, we don't even notice it. Upside there is a room where they have Prakash of the Guru done. And you know that place basically what it is, that whenever every morning Guru Hargobind Sahib ji walked from Guru Ke Mahal to Harmandir Sahib, that was the point from where he saw the first sight of Harmandir Sahib. There itself he removed his shoes, and from there only he bowed, and then from there he came. So that was the first point from where he saw and he bowed. That's why now also they do Prakash at that. It's a very small place. Just a little hukamnama is put up down there, and upside there is a room where the Prakash is done. So that is like that. So Guru Ke Mahal is a very special place and you'll be visiting it. It's very nice. And then you will also be doing some seva today. That's what Sukhdev told me. So like I was telling before, seva is something, seva is like, if we say that, you know, seva is the pillar of Sikhi, the most important thing. Like it is in the roots, it is also in the, like you see, it is also the flower of the tree, because seva is only which comes into the form of Miri and Piri. Because when we are into Miri and Piri and we see the soldier kind of spirit of Sikhi, then also what a Sikh is doing, he is basically doing seva. Because whenever a Sikh is fighting like a soldier, he is not doing it for his personal gains or something. He is doing it to help others, to defend others. So that's why that time also he is doing it for others. So that's also like seva. So you begin it from this, that you know, from washing the, for example, from washing the floors of the parikrama, or from washing the utensils, and you know, you are just lowering you are just tackling your own ego and your desires, and you are bringing your mind to one focus, and you are trying to be humble and all that. Because you know, whenever somebody came to the house of the Guru, like for example, we have a very famous person called Pai Nandlal ji. Pai Nandlal ji was like one of the best poets born during the time of the Guru. But before coming to the Guru, he was on a very high position with the King of India. So, and he was the personal tutor of the prince. So, you know, Pai Nandlal ji, and now when you are like, you know, the most important person with the king, and now you are coming to the Guru, that's a very higher position. Here, everybody is the same. You are sitting together with normal people in langar. So, it's not so easy. So, you know, it is like this, that Pai Nandlal ji could not meet the Guru the very first day. He was like, you know, he had to go through until and unless his mind was prepared for it. For that, what Pai Nandlal ji did, he did a lot of seva. He said that I want to first prepare my mind. It shouldn't be that I go to the Guru and I start looking at him also like a scholar and see that, oh, is he good in this thing? Is he good in this? No, I should go to him as a devotee. And at present, I am not like a devotee. At present, I am like a teacher, and I don't want to go to him like that. So what he did, he came to Anandpur Sahib, he rented a small house, and what he would do, he would go to the Kesgarh Sahib, and he would just go to langar, do seva for hours and hours and hours. And that's how Harbhajan Singh Yogi ji also did the same. He would go to Harmandir Sahib a lot, and he spent a lot of time there just doing seva. And now also when you go to Harmandir Sahib, there are so many such people, silently they're just into it. It's like, you're into a practice and it works. It helps you to, make your reach to that pure state of mind. Otherwise, it's like washing away all the dirt and the filth of the karma from different lives, and then your heart becomes pure, and then the divine thing can come and get absorbed into it. So that's why it is very, very important. That's why you see people there at Harmandir Sahib, there are people who are hired, like they're employed for, washing per karma, everything. We have people who are getting salaries for that. But whenever you go, those are not the people who are working there. All the people who are working there are just doing it out of love and devotion, because they feel it's important for them. So this is from where Sikhi begins, and this is only which is the final thing of Sikhi as well, because it began from this, that washing and all that from Baba Buddha ji, and what the soldiers like Baba Deep Singh ji, Pai Mani Singh ji, all those did, that is also seva. So that's why seva is at the root, seva is at the top. So that's why it's very nice. You're fortunate enough that you are going to get a chance to have a taste of it today, and you can go and do it. Hanji.
Can you tell some things about Guru Hargobind?
Okay, yeah, sure, I will. Hanji, so any other question related to seva? All okay. So Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji is the 6th Guru. And what happened is that Sikhi is all based on this, that Guru Nanak Dev Ji mentions it in his Bani Siddh Gosht, that he is here into the world to make a Gurmukh. Gurmukh is the word which the Guru uses, and Gurmukh is like a complete man, a perfect example of what a perfect human be like. So for the Guru, that perfect human should be a combination of both, being a saint and being a soldier. So till the first 5 forms of the Guru worked only on the spiritual side of human being. By the time the 5th Guru, Guru Arjan Dev Ji, was on the Guruship, what happened was that he gave a concrete form to the message of universal love and brotherhood in the form of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. It was not at all accepted by the fundamental minds of that time. So the Guru was attacked. Attacked means he was arrested, then he was tortured, he achieved martyrdom. The Guru did not react back in a strong way, because he wanted the people to know that a saint tries his best to make the people understand without using power, through his humbleness, through his, through sweet things and all that. But if the people do not understand that, that does not mean that now the saint is like a weak person, so I can't do anything, so just kill me and nothing will happen. No. The Guru said that, okay, now we have tried everything, didn't happen, now we'll go the other way. So Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji, the moment he sat on the Guruship, before he sat on the Guruship, he was only 7 years old, I think, when his father, Guru Arjan Dev Ji, appointed Baba Buddha Ji as his teacher. He would teach him scriptures, he would also teach him how to use weapons. Everybody around the Guru was surprised. Why is Hargobind learning to ride a horse? Why is he learning to use weapons? Nobody knew what the future was bringing in. But when Guru Arjan Dev Ji achieved martyrdom, before going from Harmandir Sahib, he told Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji that now the Sikh mind has grown up to that extreme, the final form of being a saint. Now you have to train this saint mind into a soldier mind. So you have this big task on your shoulders. So that is why when Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji sat on the Guruship, he wore 2 swords. One was for Miri, one was for Piri. So he brought this concept of saint-soldier together. So that's Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji. And if you want to know something personal about him, it is said that out of all the 10 bodies that the Guru took from Guru Nanak Dev Ji to Guru Gobind Singh Ji, very interestingly, Guru Hargobind Ji was physically the strongest one. His body was very, very strong. It is said that he, like if he would take a coin in his hand and do like this, the numbers would rub. He would he did a lot of exercise, and he was lot into all those kind of things. He would even take 2 men like this on his shoulders and run, do that kind of things. And when he sat on the Guruship, he said to the people that if you want to bring me gifts, bring me young men who can be soldiers, and then he would train them. He had so many cows and buffaloes, and he would be like, for example, this is my soldier, so this cow's entire whole milk only you will drink. He made them very, very great soldiers. So his army men like Baba Bidhi Chand ji, all those people were very strong men. Like mostly we get to know stories about the Sikhs of Guru Gobind Singh ji, but if you ever get a chance and you read the 4 battles of Guru Har Gobind Sahib ji, it's very interesting reading about all those warriors who were with Guru Har Gobind Sahib ji. And then also, like another interesting fact which I was telling that day was that whenever he went for a battle, it's like one horse could not carry his weight. They had to change the horse 3 times a day. That strong like body he had. So like physically also he was very strong, and then otherwise of course as a guru he was itself. And it is said that one time when Jahangir, the emperor of India at that time, he had sensed it that now politically the Sikh guru is getting very stronger, so just fighting a battle with him will not help. So let me try another political technique, call him, be friends with him. So when both they were camping in the forest, the emperor's army and the guru's army, that time the Jahangir, something that personally he got to see about the guru's strength was his fight with a lion who came into the camp, and immediately Guru Har Gobind Sahib ji was like into it, and Jahangir was like really impressed. And he told that, no, from the spiritual side, of course, we are no equal to him, but even from being a warrior kind of thing, he is like very strong. So that's some personal things about him.
That Sakhi of the lion, can you say a few words? Because we're talking about confrontation, attack, and he defended the emperor.
Yeah, that's how I'm saying. The lion came into the like somehow, because it was a jungle and forest, and the lion came, and Jahangir was, I think, because they were outside, and he came, and it is said that he attacked. The lion tried to attack the emperor, and the emperor's soldiers were like not able to, they didn't have the courage to just get into a direct fight with the lion, because they had never encountered this so closely. Hunting from far away is fine, but a lion is just all of a sudden coming all over you, and then they were just at a loss. They couldn't do anything. So then immediately Guru Har Gobind Sahib ji stepped in and he helped him out. When we go to Harmandir Sahib in the evening, and at Akal Takht Sahib they show us the shastars. In those shastars we have many shastars of Guru Har Gobind Sahib ji, and that only there is one shastar which the Guru mostly used while fighting with the tiger. Shastars, so it's weapons. So
And just the context is that Jahangir was the emperor. He's the one who killed his father.
yeah,
So he's the one who tortured Guru Arjan, who was the father of Guru Har Gobind. And now
the Guru is saving him.
He's saving him.
Yeah, that's how it is. Like the Guru says that whatever we are doing, it should be done not only for your personal thing that he killed my father, now why should I help him? Nothing like that. Like this is how the Gurus did always.
Can you, this is a little bit of a different topic, but can you talk, like when we tell stories about the Guru, like why should we tell stories of the Guru? Like how do you use that to help you, or why is that important? Like maybe, sorry, maybe people are Sikh or maybe they're not Sikh.
Yeah.
But how do these stories like help inform your life and also your concept, or like the Sikh concept of that the Gurus are like living, they're not.
Okay. Yeah. So this is very important thing. Yeah. So how it is that Sikhi believes in a very important philosophy that you see, like now you are just used to this, that you use the term story whenever I'm telling you something about the Guru, and because you are all from the Western world, so it's okay. But basically, if you actually want to understand Sikhi, then the term which we used for telling any life event of the Guru is called Sakhi. We don't call it a story. Okay. So now why it is so? First thing is that Sikhi believes in this, that the Guru, the concept of Guru is this, that Guru is not someone who is born and dead. Guru is always there. For us, the Guru is like in Jap Sahib Maharaj ji says, Hazara Hazur, Zahara Zuhur. Hazara Hazur means present, always present. And the basic thing of Sikhi, if we want to understand it in the simplest form, it is that there is God, God is with me, God loves me. With me means always with me. Like, with me, like my hand, like I'm feeling my hand, same way he is with me, but I am not feeling him because I am ignorant of his presence, but he is there with me. So that is why for us the Guru is not gone. So we don't say the Guru was born and gone. For us, Guru is that divine message that was delivered to us through 10 different bodies. Now, why did the Guru take 10 different bodies? If we look back, we had prophets like Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, in Satyug, in Treta, in Dwapar, who lived very long lives. The Guru could have done the same. But the extraordinary thing about Guru is, that's why you see Guru, Avatar and Prophet. These three words, they look like they are not synonyms. They are similar, but they have their own features. So Avatar is someone, if there's Lord Rama is an Avatar. Avatar means they would do things which a normal human cannot do. But what the Guru did, he did everything coming exactly to the plane of a human being. Like a human being cannot live for 1,000 years. We can live up to only maybe 120, 130. That's the normal lifespan, right? Nobody can live up to 500 years. Not possible. So that is why the Gurus did exactly things which we humans can also do. Not something that, we might think, oh, no, he did it because he was the Guru. No. He got his 5 sons martyred to show us that, the pain, like whatever we can go through, only those things. That's why he never used those kind of miracles which made him look like a figure that has come from a very different world. That's why they took 10 bodies to teach us. The mission was the same. The essence was the same. But 10 different bodies for 239 years just to teach us that, this is how the things can be done. So that's why for a Sikh, it is very important that we don't ever fall into this trap of linear concept of time. Linear concept means the historical thing. Guru was born in 1469, he died in 1539, he chose someone. No, this is not like that. For us it is, the Guru is always with us, he is never gone. Now he is there with us in the form of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Till the time it was needed that he was there in the form of a human person, a leader, he did it that way, now he is there in that. So if we fall into this trap, then the entire thing of Sikhi breaks down. So that's why I said to that if we say it's the birth of the Guru, we don't say, we say Prakash Guru Purab. And the day he went back, we don't call it a death. For us it is Jyoti Jyot Samana. Jyoti means the light. There is a big light, the creator, cosmos, the master of the cosmos, that's Almighty. From that big light, a small light came into this world, into that body and taught us some things. Now that light is going back to the bigger light. Jyoti, that one little light, Jyot Samona, goes back into the bigger thing and gets absorbed back into it. So it is not something that is in the form of blood and flesh that's born and gone. That is the thing. That is why you see, if you look at it from this point of view, that in world there are 2 traditions, Semitic and the Aryan traditions. Aryan traditions are Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, all these religions fall into that. And the other side we have Christianity, Islam and Judaism. All these 3 religions, to make us understand their philosophy and everything, they use history. Moses was born and then this happened. We have the entire series of events that happened. Jesus Christ came into the world to help us all and everything. Okay, this happened, this happened, this happened. It's all explained using the tool of history. We come to Aryan traditions, we have Hinduism, okay ji. Everything is explained through mythology. Lord Shiva is a mythological figure. Look at Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, how they are born. Everything has mythology into it. That's the tool they try to make us understand the spiritual dimension of their religion. What does Sikhi use? Sikhi doesn't even use history, not mythology, but it uses the concept of sakhi. Sakhi, the word means to be a witness to something. So the Guru, whenever we are listening to the sakhis of the Guru, what happens is, if it is written by a very spiritually oriented person who understands all this that I'm explaining to you, not only understands it, but also has experienced it. His way of writing a sakhi, when we will read it, it will help us to witness that experience at least even for a moment. Again and again we read it, again and again that experience will start getting deeper and deeper. So it will not be something that, okay, it happened with Guru Har Gobind Ji at that time. No, whenever I will have a problem in my life which is as big as like a lion is attacking me, that the experience that I have had reading that Sakhi will help me to tackle that situation at that time. So that is why it is Sakhi, it is always alive. It will give me something which will live with me and which will help me in my present situation as well. So that is the basic philosophy of Sikhi. So that's why Sakhis are something which are an inspiration for us in our everyday life. ठीक है?
Just hearing that in this context, I mean, I think in the yogic terminology, that would be a kriya, right? That, like the same way that you're describing the Sakhi, is like there is this, I have experienced something, I have gone from, like yesterday we did this breaking the fast. So the experience that the Sri Sai gave us through putting us through a process,
Yeah.
it's a story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kriya is a story. So by myself experiencing it,
Mm-hmm.
I get the transformation.
Yes, yes, yes.
The same stories.
And also, you know, like one thing, also, I don't know if it is related to this or not, but just I would like to mention, you know, one time Guru Ramdas Ji was, a group of yogis come to meet him. And they say that, you know, like, you are always glorifying your Sikhs, like as if, you know, they are very, very great saints and this and that, but what do they do? Guru said, what do you mean by that? What do they do? They said, they are living a comfortable life, you know, eating food all the whole, they eat food, they live life, they have families, they get married, they have children, and you know, and see, look at us. We are going in the forest and, you know, sitting for so long, and we know how this is powered, this is the first step, this is the second step, this is third, this is, do they even know a bit of it? And then Guru Ramdas Ji, it's a beautiful Shabad in Gurbani, and Guruji explains that, you know, there are two things. One is something that happens with Sahaj. Sahaj is like, you know, very normally, you don't have to make an effort, it's happening. But, you know, like, and the other thing is that, for example, how can I explain to you? Like, for example, if I'm homeschooling a child, and there is another child who's going to school. So if he's going to school, his parents are like, it's all happening. You know, he's in 5th grade, he's getting through and going to 6th grade, 7th grade. If I'm homeschooling a child, there is no benchmarks. You know, I have to be very conscious. Okay, now this book is finished. Now I have to start the next level, next level. I'm thinking and doing it. When I'm sending him to school, I don't have to worry as a mother. The school is doing it for him. So Guru said it's like that. You guys are, they are the Sikhs, my Sikhs are not thinking that, okay, that is the step, now I have to cover that. Now, okay, reached here, now that is the next step I have to. He said that they are automatically flowing through it. And the yogi said, what's making them flow through it? The Guru said, the love for the Creator. They are into love so much that, you know, they are just doing it. For example, a woman, I don't know about the cultures in your countries, in India, when you get married, you just leave your family, you go to your husband's family, right? And if normally someone tells me, you have to leave your home, it's so difficult for me, right? I have to, like, but when I get married, I fall into love with a man, and then it all is just so easy for, like, not, I'm saying not easy, but like I'm ready for it. Like I have to do it because I'm in love with that person. So if I'm in love with him, I want to be with him, I'm ready to leave this. So the Guru said, the love that they have for the Creator and His creation drives them through. So that is why they don't have to, like, you know, focus, like they do focus, but it happens. Like, I don't know if you're getting it, like it naturally happens and they keep moving and moving and moving. And for, like he said that you guys are also doing the same thing, but for you, there is no driving. It's like you are doing it with all with your mind, and they are doing it all with their heart. That is the difference between, you know, them doing a thing and you doing a thing. Those were all the heart yogis, like I told Dharamveer before.
And that's why it's all yoga, right? It's just different concepts of yoga. Yoga, the physical yoga, the hatha yoga.
Yeah, and you know, if you ever get a chance to read a Sikh Hindu scholar, his name is Sri Aurobindo. He wrote a lot about integral yoga. Integral yoga explains all these forms of yoga, Kundalini yoga, Raj yoga and all that. He was a very, very great man. So he writes all about integral yoga, and he explains it very beautifully. He says that, you see, like the concept of Khalsa, see how, the men who get spiritually oriented, how similar thoughts they have. So when he wrote about integral yoga, he says that, you see, you want to become the image of God, right? When you're doing spiritual things, you want to be like, I am the image of God, and the God, I am exactly the God. He said, now what next? So you have become God, so you want to just sit like this? No, the God is doing something. You have to do that as well. He is doing a big thing. He's running the cosmos. You have to help him in that. So prepare yourself in a way that through you, the music of God is played into the world. So he said that's actual yoga for him. Like he explains, integral yoga is this, that you are so much God now that the God's will through go. So what happens when Khalsa is fighting a battle? That will of God is coming into a practical form. So that's how the things are.
Yeah, you explained this too a few weeks back, or back in January too, that it takes a lot of effort to become a meditative person. It takes a lot of like sadhanas and a lot of practice and a lot of banis and everything. And then once you become a meditative person or a saint,
Yeah.
it takes just as much energy to get out of that and
Yes.
go and serve.
Yes, because then you like, then what, like for example, I'm talking here now, but if I feel we are all the same, then I'll feel, okay, I close my eyes, what I'm feeling, she's also feeling, why do I need to speak? So then you just don't want to get out of it. You're so much happy in that state of mind, you just want to be there. But then that is why, we have Guru Granth Sahib Ji and we have Dasam Granth. Dasam Granth is all about this, that, no, you have to act also. That's why we have Miri and Piri. That's why we have Harmandir and Akal Takat. Akal Takat is always inspiring us that you have to do it, If now you are Khalsa or you are Brahmin yourself, you are all God in yourself, then what is God doing? God is not just sitting there idle. See, this all is happening in the world. So, you have to play your role in it. So that's how it is, the working of the whole thing. Any other questions?
So it's compatible. Yogi and Sikh can a Sikh be a yogi?
Yes, yes.
It's completely compatible.
Yes.
So this is the integral path you're saying?
Yes. That's why in Sikh it's called Raj Yoga. When you read Swaye, the Pats are the persons who wrote Swaye Bani. They again and again call Raj Yogi. They call the Guru Raj Yogi. That you are a yogi, but you are a Raj Yogi. So that's how it is. So it is all.
For many Sikh people, and even like in Christianity, they're kind of against yoga because they see it as some kind of esoteric practice, and it doesn't coincide with like even like some Gurdwara, they won't allow you to teach.
That is the narrow-mindedness. It's a different thing to tackle with. But if we look into the original or the traditional form of Sikhi, the things were very much together. You see, if it was not, then you see a very good example is Guru Gobind Singh Ji's very first battle, Pangani the Yudh, the battle of Bhakani. The first battle he fought at the age of 18 years in Himalayas. In that battle, the Udasi leader of that time, Kirpal Mahant was his name. He came with all his followers, and like they are Udasis now. They have never fought a battle, so they don't know what to do. You know what he did? He just took his wooden thing which they always carry just to defend. He took that and he ran into the battle, and he's like, I have so much energy at present that these people are not letting you spread the message of love. I will also fight against them. So you see, if Udasis and Sikhs and if yoga and Sikhi are not connected, then things like this would not happen. Hanji.
Can you explain please the Raj Yoga one more time?
Raj Yoga is like you are living in the world, but you are also not attached to it. You are being a family man, you have your husband or your wife, you have your children, you are having a lot of money, living a very luxurious life, but in your mind you understand that this all is just there, but it's not going to go with me ever. You remember your death and you're working towards your spiritual journey.
That's what Yogi Bhajan did.
Yes, yeah.
He left everything but nothing for him.
Yes, that's how.
That's from 0 to 1.
ठीक है जी.
And that is the highest yoga.
Yes, that is the highest
to
yoga.
serve wherever is needed, not to withdraw and do yoga for ourselves. But
You know, there is a very nice story from Hindu religion. Lord Rama, everybody, if you know him, his wife Mata Sita ji. So Sita ji's father is called King Janak. His name is Janak. In Gurbani, his name comes many times. Why? Because he was a king, very great king, very much like he had a lot of power, very rich, everything. But he was the best yogi ever born. His name is always used like that. He is the one before Guru Nanak, like he was also called a Raj Yogi. So you know what happened one time, a yogi, he was a famous yogi, I don't remember his name, maybe, I don't remember his name now, I can tell you later. He was a very famous yogi leader. He's like, you know, he didn't like it that people, you know, just, he is a king and you know, what is he to us? He's living such a good life and he's calling himself spiritually oriented. So he said, let me go and test him. So you know what happened? He came and Janakji said that, okay, tell him to wait outside, I'll meet him. So what happened then, a person came with a message to the king that no, yeah, first he said let him wait outside, then he called him in. Now he's sitting in, a person comes with a message and tells the king that, oh, you know what, the forest outside our kingdom is on fire. And Janakji is doing something, he's like, okay, no problem. And the yogi is like a bit surprised that he didn't react. Then another messenger comes, he said the fire has already entered our kingdom and you know it's burning and you know. Then again he came, it has reached in near our city. Janakji didn't respond. Then he came and he said the fire has reached the palace. You know, the yogi with his little bundle of clothes or whatever, he ran outside thinking that I'll get burnt, that I'll go run from the other side of the palace, and Janakji was all there. And then after some time he came back thinking that there was actually no fire. This was a way of making Janakji understand that, you see, I am a king and he is sitting there and he is not, and you say you are a yogi who has renounced everything and you are just, you know, even your body and all that, you are into all those kriyas and you know you don't, like you are just, and you see, just a fear of death is not something you have conquered. So that kind of thing. So that's why renunciation is done in many ways. You know, I'm not saying that that path is wrong, but not understanding the significance of the other path is wrong. It's up. We all are born different, you know, we have different kind of mindsets. My mind can align more with Hatha Yoga, your mind might not. You might feel that I like going, I like following the Gyan Marg, I like to read books and do it. I might be someone very devotional, I don't want to read anything. I just know the Guru loves me, I love him and that's for me. That's how Mirabai was, the one who loved Lord Krishna. She was like, you know, no, I don't want to hear any stories. I'm just born with this love and I just want to live with it. So it's like different paths according to our mindsets, that any mindset can get through this world and be a spiritually oriented person. But when we are not understanding the significance of the other path, then we are making a mistake. ठीक है जी, ओके, हाँ जी.
Which book from Sri Aurobindo do you recommend?
From
Sri Aurobindo.
Sri Aurobindo, yeah, Sri Aurobindo, Integral Yoga. Integral Yoga. Integral Yoga. He has written a lot. He was an interesting man. So his life is also very interesting. Born into a very rich Sikh family during the British India. His father wanted him to, no, rich family I'm saying, Hindu rich family. So, you know, India was ruled by Britishers, so it was very easy to go to UK at that time, and so rich Indian people would send their children there to study. So he went there. His father wanted that my son should become a very good high British officer in the British government. So there was a thing which was called IAS. You have to clear a test and you become a very high official. So you know the test, the entire interview and everything was done by the British government in Britain at that time itself. So what, he was very intelligent from the very beginning, very, very intelligent. So you know he knew he would get through all the tests and everything. One thing was horse riding. You have to go through a horse riding test. He purposely did not speed up his horse and he failed the test. When this happened, his father, when he got the news in India, he had a heart attack. He died. Okay. Then Aurobindo at that time felt that, you know, I don't need to become a British official. What I need to do is fight for my country's freedom struggle. I am an intelligent man. I can help my people out. He came to India, became a part of the freedom struggle. Was like a freedom fighter, put into jail, and he was in prison for some time. When he was in Pondicherry, he was in prison. That time he started his spiritual things in prison itself. So that time he got some spiritual experience, based on which when he came out of the prison, he was a totally different person, like a very much like a sadhu. People were surprised, such a revolutionary kind of man, what has all of a sudden happened to him. So then he said that if I need to help my country, I should work on the education, I should write more things. Then he wrote books and books, and those books now, like I studied this when I was in my university doing my masters. In our masters, we have special one subject on him, Shri Aurobindo, like on Indian scholars, and in that Shri Aurobindo is one of those. So from Aurobindo, he became Shri Aurobindo. Shri is a word used for saints in Hindus. So then in Pondicherry, he started a school and everything, and there he wrote all these books. So he worked on integral yoga there. Like if ever anybody wants to understand Indian philosophy, he's one of the persons you must read him.
I was just going to say, Yogi Ji also encouraged us to read him, but Savitri.
Oh really? Yeah, see. Yes, he's very, very nice.
Story in a woman camp in
Yeah.
This is a beautiful story, Savitri.
Sri Aurobindo and so many other, like these people like Krishnamurti. If we see in the current present world, you see the scientists, the science people, there is a Krishnamurti was like a philosopher, right? But there were so many answers which they were not able to find, the Westerner science people. So they had a special dialogue with him, and he helped them in so many things that brought this whole quantum thing into the thing. So there are many such scholars, people who do great things but do not like show off a lot, and they are like hidden, but still they have very deep messages. ठीक है जी, हाँ जी.
Yogi Bhajan said, if in the world there are, I don't know, 1 million or 150 million Khalsa Sikhs,
yeah,
the world will be saved.
Yes.
Do you think that will happen?
Yes. Yes, I always feel it. And I am not only feel it, I am very sure of it. If the Guru said Raj Karega Khalsa, you know what happened? When Mughals were gone, Afghans were attacking India again and again. So what happened? Very interesting story, Sakhi related to this. So you see, Afghans were attacking again and again. They were attacking India. So what they would do, they would enter through Punjab, go all the way till to Haridwar, to Rishikesh, loot the temples, and then when they were going back on their way, they would have hundreds of Indian women kidnapped with them, so much of gold. Then Khalsa would attack them and take everything back, send all the women back to their homes. So their leader, Ahmad Shah Abdali, was very upset, very upset. Who are these people? They just come out and fight, and then we don't even know who they are. So someone told him that, they are Sikh people and this is how Sikhi and all that. He said, from where do they get the strength? So they told him that they get the strength from two things. One is they have a thing like a pool, the Sarovar, they call it, it's like a pool. They go there, they take a dip. We don't know what happens. There's a magic in it, and they come out like great warriors. Second thing is they make something like this, and they drink it, and again they become great warriors. So these are the two things. This thing they always do in secret. We can't do anything about it. But that pool needs to be tackled with. Okay. So what happened that next time when Ahmad Shah Abdali came, so what he did, he said that first thing he did was that, okay, the Harmandir Sahib was attacked, and then Baba Deep Singh Ji fought back, and all that happened. But he still didn't stop. He thought that all these Sikh people, because at that time, the Mughals who were ruling had made it a rule, that was the worst time the Sikhs ever had, that if you will cut off a head with long hair and long beard, you will get these many rupees and all that. So that was the time. So entire Sikh army used to live in forests and jungles. So one of the famous place was Bikaner forests, because they were very dense. So and other forests also. Some were like very famous ones. So what Ahmad Shah Abdali did, he came and he got it all burnt from all around. So in one day itself, 30,000 Khalsa people died. After that, Ahmad Shah Abdali said, now you see this community will never rise. This happened in April. He went back to Afghanistan. He came back in October. A larger army than that was standing in Amritsar itself, not in the forests. They were like, now we are here, face to face. Now we will not even let you pass from here. Abdali got so nervous from the situation that he said that, okay, he made a very nice gift plate in which he kept all the essential things that a king gives to another king. He sent that to the camp of the Khalsa army, to the Jathedar, saying that, we give you the kingdom of Punjab. You are the kings of Punjab now. You know what they said in return? Nawab Kapoor Singh was the Jathedar. He said that Guru Gobind Singh Ji said, Raj karega Khalsa. We are going to be the kings. We are very sure of it. Don't go to our situation at present that we are living on horsebacks and we are running in jungles. No. We are the kings. Our Guru made us. We will not take it like what do you call it when you give begging to someone? Na? So he's like, we are not going to take it like, we are not beggars. Take it back. We will fight you and get our thing back to us. So that is the kind of thing. So that's why they believed it, that the Guru said, Raj karega Khalsa, yes, the Khalsa will rule. So same way, I'm also Sikh of the Guru, so I'm so sure of it, that it will happen.
Can I ask one more?
Yeah.
The last one.
No problem.
So, I'm from Europe, from Germany. And in the younger generation, I think nobody knows that Sikhs exists.
Yes.
In my generation, if you ask somebody who is a Sikh, they say it's a violent terrorist.
Okay, yeah.
Indira Gandhi and all this stuff.
Yes.
The mainstream.
Yeah.
So I'm coming back. I want to bring this idea or this culture, this Sikh idea with the Kundalini yoga back to Europe in a better way.
Yeah.
What can you give me to do?
Yes.
What advice or what can you say to me, please bring to Europe about us?
Yes. What I would suggest is that whenever you get to a chance to, if someone from your country asks you about what Sikh is, introduce them to 3 people, 3 scholars. Sardar Kapoor Singh, Professor Puran Singh and Bhai Veer Singh. Bhai Veer Singh is in Punjabi, they won't get it. But if in the modern times we want the people to understand who we are, then Sardar Kapoor Singh is a man who worked very hard and he wrote in English all his works, a very, very intelligent man. If you read his works, it is like a very, very big thing. Connecting Sikhi with Newton, connecting Sikhi with the German philosophy, connecting it with the American thing, everything. It's all in his works to begin with. So that's why if anybody, anywhere in world, you want the people to understand that what Sikhi is in the modern context, they have to start with him.
What is the name?
Sardar, Sirdar, Kapoor, Kapur, Sardar Kapoor Singh. Look into his works and it's a blessing from the Guru that he is the one who has written the best things in English. So that's why for the entire Western world, it's to understand what Sikhi is from the philosophical point of view and the traditional point, everything, it's there in his thing. Sardar Kapoor Singh. Introduce him to them and it will be a big help. And then if you begin from him, then you move to Professor Puran Singh. Because first thing is, like Yogi ji did. You see, yoga is something, you all guys got into touch with Sikhi through yoga. Because what's basically happening, you are living in that part of the world which is more about logic. We are living in that part of the world which is more about devotion. Things are changing now, but roots are like that. So, this devotion and logic, bridging the gap, yoga. Yoga is something that did bridge that gap. So that's how it is. That's how you all got introduced to these things. So that is also a thing, but then if now present, it's getting more and more intellectual with every passing day. So that's why Kapoor Singh ji is someone who has tackled it in a very beautiful way.
I won't keep this going too much longer, but the devotional path, which is rooted in unity. I don't know if you talked about the Joseph Campbell lecture. You posted that lecture too.
Okay.
She posted a lecture by Joseph Campbell, and that East is very devotional, and that's how you access God, and that's how you operate. It's completely different from the Western world. Can you just say a little bit about that? I feel like the devotional path might even be an easier path to God in some ways.
Yeah, it is like this, that yes, devotional path is a lot more easier because you don't have to do much. You are just in love. But getting into that love is also not an easy thing. I feel personally that it's more like a blessing. Maybe based on your past karma, your mind is, because maybe, it's a long journey. Maybe in all those past lives, you have actually gone through all those paths, and now finally when you're born, you are like, devotional. But it's like, but the other path is like, the logical path also. And the beauty about Sikhi is that it's not that Sikhi is not dealing with logic, not at all. Sikhi is dealing with logic, and not only Sikhi, Indian philosophy itself. Like it looks like, that Hinduism also is more into devotional. No, it's not like that. They're very much logical. If you look into their 6 schools of philosophy, Nyaya is all logic. And like when you're studying philosophy in universities, when we are studying logic, Nyaya logic is something the most difficult part. You understand deductive logic, you understand inductive logic, but like this Nyaya, what logic it gives is very difficult to understand. So that's why, like Indian philosophy, like for example, and another thing you should introduce them to is perennial philosophy. Because you see, Germany has had many great philosophers who had a lot of impact on the entire world's spiritual and religious traditions. Okay, so that is why the last philosophies that were working, and now there's new philosophy coming up which is called perennial philosophy. So if the Western people also try to understand that new form of philosophy, that will also help them understand what Sikhi is. Although that philosophy doesn't directly talks about Sikhi, but it will connect them. It will make them understand. Perennial philosophy. Perennial. Yes, perennial philosophy. There, all people must be aware of it. Matlab, it's not something, so to Indians it might be a new thing, but for Western people it's not. Okay, so now coming to this devotion and logical thing. So yeah, and if you are logical, then it's like you have thoughts, you have to cut those, you have to like overcome those thoughts. So that's why one logical thing has to be cut with a higher logic. Another logic comes in with a higher logic, then higher logic. So this higher logic is what inductive and deductive logic is. So it helps, if you are following inductive logic more, it helps more. So then I will get very much deep into it, because that's like one of part of my subject. So there is a man born who's called Francis Bacon. He worked a lot on it. So but a logical mind he can travel into this path of devotion through yoga, because yoga, what happens when you do yoga, I don't know much about it because I don't do a lot of yoga, but like I have studied. So from my studies I know that in yoga you focus, right? You focus, you try to align your mind on one thing. That's a very important exercise needed for a logical mind. Because if your mind is not trained to focus, then what happens? Always thought is coming, this thought is coming, that thought is coming, that. So you have to first align yourself on one path, and then you move to the next step. So that's why I always say that yoga is like a bridge between the logical mind and the devotional mind. Then when you align yourself, then you are ready. Okay, now there will not be a rush of thoughts. Now, okay, let me think. What do I want to do? I want to understand what God is. Okay, fine. I will read this. Then it's not like, always there is this. That's why yoga helps. Like it helped the people, the 3HO community. See, Yogi Ji, when he went there, he made them a lot of yoga to help them out. And now when their minds were focused, now they're like, what next? So then, of course, someone has helped me so much. So of course I'll have some emotions for him. So people had emotions for Yogi Ji. They started loving him. So see, love automatically came. When your mind got, all those things flew away, now something will be there. Oh, who taught me this? That love will come. And then slowly and slowly the devotional thing will come. This is what I know. I don't know if it is right or not.
Just yesterday we were talking about when we meditate, there's 2 processes. One is first cleaning, clean, and that's what you were saying, right? That the mind is not all over the place, that it can focus. And then the second step is really the connection.
Connection, yeah.
The mantra, the devotion.
Yeah, then you connect to something. You know what happened when Guru Nanak Dev Ji was questioned this most of the time. Aarti, the Bani Aarti. So there is a Bani in Guru Granth Sahib, it's called Aarti. So what happened was Guruji was traveling in the eastern part of India. So there is a big in the Hindu temple, we call it Jagannath. Jagannath is the name we give to Lord Krishna. It's a very famous temple, okay, even these days also. And if you ever get a chance to visit, it's a very nice place to visit. So Jagannath temple is there. So there they do a lot of aarti and everything. So there some of the yogis would come to Guru Nanak Dev Ji telling them, like they were very honest with this, like okay, let me tell you this, because you're going to Santokhsar also, na? You're going to Santokhsar today, okay. So then try to understand this. In Santokh, there is a place you will visit today, Santokhsar Sahib. What happened there was that when they were digging the place for making a sarovar, from down there came out a cave, and in the cave there was a man who was meditating, who was a yogi. So what happened with this man? He was there for years and years and years. The moment he came out, he's like, which age is this? That meant that he was there for ages, not for years. How was he kept there? So the Sikhs were like, how could this happen? This didn't happen only one time. Many times, many yogis came to Guruji who were like meditating for so long. So the question comes up that what was missing? What was the missing gap? So some of the yogis came to Guru Nanak Dev Ji asking him that, what is it that we were missing on? Why was the thing not happening? Like, why was it not like this? So then the Guru says that, you see, there are two things. One is Jeev Tat, one is Param Tat. Jeev Tat is that you are focusing all on that energy that you have in yourself, on your breath, on your pranas, on your pranas, on your pranas all the time. And then you get into that meditative state, and you are now the master of your five senses. You are not a slave to your body like hunger, sleep, nothing. But that all is concentrating on the Jeev Tat. Jeev Tat means that essence which is there in you of the God, right? Now you have focused on that, but till this, it's one thing. The next thing is to be absorbed into the Param Tat. Now that is like the small light that came from the big light into me. I am focusing on that small light, and I am becoming a master of my own body and whatever was given to me. Now I have to go further. I have to also get that light absorbed back into the bigger one, which is the Param Tat. So until and unless that connection with the Param Tat will happen, this will not happen. That this, like this, you are God. It won't happen. So from Jeev Tat to Param Tat, he said, that is what is different between my Sikhs and you, the Hatha yogis, who are not. Some of them are able to, but the ones who are not, he said that is the difference. Not difference, that is the gap. And he said, they said, so then what connects? He said, do you ever think that when you are chanting any mantra, if you are chanting it only thinking that this is a mantra I have to chant, that's one way of doing it. Second thing is, you are chanting it thinking that it is the message of someone who really loves me. And then you are focusing Naam and Nami. Naam is the mantra. Nami is from whom the mantra is coming. Are you chanting focusing only on the mantra, or are you chanting the mantra focusing on the one from whom the mantra has come? These are two different things. If you are doing it focusing only on the mantra, you are not doing anything wrong. That's the first part of the journey, and you are able to reach the Jeev Tat. Going further from that will happen when you will focus from whom the mantra has come. You will get into a relation with him, and that is the Param Tat. So that's how the thing is, Jeev Tat and Param Tat. That's a different way of understanding it. If you read by Veer Singh Ji, in that there are 3 saakhis, I can tell you. In those saakhis, this is explained very well. Like, I am not able to explain it so beautifully to you, but there it is very beautifully explained that what this is basically, Jeev Tat and Param Tat. Part of the same journey, different steps to be covered.
From what I understand, the main challenge with every time that, especially Guru Nanak was talking to the yogis, what he was calling them out for was their focus purely on themselves.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
Yes. Yeah, only on themselves. And for them, this was a big deal that, okay, after focusing, we have so much power that in this place, Achal Vatala Sahib, when there the yogis came to meet him, and they were like, they were making the stars break down to make the Guru afraid. Like, they were like, they're breaking the stars, they're making big lions flying there. And one time, they came to the langar and they were like, today we will show them who yogis are. So they are like, They are serving langar, they are eating and eating. They made their hunger so much that they are eating and eating, and the langar is not, entire langar is finished. And then Pai Daya, that was Guru Gobind Singh Ji's time. Then Pai Daya Singh Ji comes to Guru Gobind Singh Ji and says that the langar is about to finish, and they are just not stopping eating. Guruji said that, Daya Singh, you go and serve them. When Pai Daya Singh Ji went and he gave just one roti to all, after that they could not eat anything at all. So the Guru said, so that they thought that having these riddhiyan and siddhiyan is the most important thing. But the Guru tried to explain them, no, that's not how it is. Getting all these is not an end to itself. You have to move further. You have to get absorbed into that higher thing.
I think that comes back to when you were talking at the beginning about Baba Sri Chand.
Yes.
It's like understanding this concept of humility.
Yes. Understanding this concept of humility. So yogis did that. And when in Achal Vatala Sahib, they were making lions and all that, then there was a Sikh with Guru Nanak Dev Ji. His name is Baba Jitta Randhawa. Guruji is like, all okay, no problem, let them do. These are just games, like you see a child playing games. So Baba Jitta Randhawa thought that it's not like this. I have to also show them that Guru also has power. So what he did? There was a river there or a pond, I don't know. He jumped over it and he sat there on the water, showing them that I, being a Sikh, also has a power. But Guruji told him that no, this is not the way. Showing miracles is not the path of the Guru, So then you will also get lost in this. See, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, when he was there imprisoned, this is a very interesting story. So what happened was, I don't know how will you understand it. It's like Aurangzeb's thought that, okay, first thing we will do is we'll put Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji in a haunted house. Because there was a place in Delhi, outside Delhi, which was haunted. It's a big house. So nobody...
Mughal Empire. They're in a fight with the Mughal Empire.
Yeah. So, they put Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji with his Sikh men there. So actually there was a ghost who haunted the house. So, in the evening when they did Rehra Sahib, the ghost came to the Guru. He said that, I have been always praying. I am a ghost for years and years. Everybody is afraid of me. But I actually am not enjoying this life, and I'm so happy you're here. Now you will liberate me, and I want to bring you a gift. So what, I wanted to bring you a gift, so I thought, what should I bring? So I was like flying around the city, and what I brought for you? I brought sugar canes for you. From where it came to his mind, nobody knows, but he brought sugar cane for the Guru. Guruji is like, okay, so he's like, will you please have them? So it is said that Guruji was like, having the sugar cane and throwing it. And Pai Mati Das Ji and Pai Sati Das Ji, 5 men who were with him, they were also there. Pai Mati Das Ji, just out of love, the things which the Guru was throwing, he also tasted it. After that, Pai Mati Das Ji felt like he can move the universe. So he came to the Guru at night and he's like, what is Aurangzeb? I can even turn the world around. How can he put you in prison here? Guruji said, from where you got this power? He said that, I don't know what happened, but after having those sugarcane things I felt. Guruji said, so do you think I don't have it? Of course I do. But that's not the path we want to show to the world. We will today do it like in a miracle way. What will the coming generations do? Will everybody do miracles? No. So what are we teaching them? So, like that. So, yeah, I don't know from where I go where, and then I get lost in it.
But if I can just bringing back a question that the group had before and we haven't addressed, so maybe it's good story to wrap it up. Not sure if it wraps it up. The story of Baisakhi. So,
Baisakhi.
Yes, how the Khalsa came to be, the most important establishment that actually Guru Gobind Singh attended,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
We're talking about Amrit yesterday, about drinking the nectar. So maybe if you can say that story.
Yes. So I have, so this story, this Sakhi which Sukhdev wants me to say, it has different versions of it. Again, different versions are according to the different mindset, right? I am a very devotional minded Sikh, although I have studied philosophy and everything, but my root is devotion, and I think about the Guru also in the same way. So yes, what happens is, see, when you look at the Guru, Gurbani says that, how Gurbani guides us is that the Guru will always say, I am the worst of the worst, because that's how he has to teach us to be humble. like for example, Jagjeet is head of the school. If she is very humble with us, or I am the academic director, if I am very humble with my teachers, it's okay, it's good, because I have to teach them to be humble as well. But that does not mean that tomorrow a teacher will come up and slap me. That cannot happen, you know. I am humble. To teach them to be humble has nothing to do with my position and my power. I still do have my power, right? Similarly, the Guru does things being a human to teach us. That does not mean that we can start thinking that he also has the same kind of limitations as we human do. He is not showing us miracles because it's not needed. That does not mean that he can never make such things happen. Of course, he can. And he is the only judge of the situation when it's needed and when it's not needed. So now, when we come to the formation of Khalsa, the Baisakhi of 1699, it is said that that day Guruji had invited people from far and away, because it was a tradition in Sikhi that every year 2 occasions, Baisakhi and Diwali, were the 2 occasions when the entire Sikh Sangat would get together, and if anybody is to be honored, any big thing is to be announced, was done on those 2 occasions. So that year on Baisakhi, the Guru sent messages, lot more messages than previous years, and lot many people got together. As per the historians, it is like almost 80,000 people got together in Anandpur Sahib. Then it is said that there Guru Gobind Singh Ji got on the stage and he asked for someone to come up with his head. Nobody got up. He called it 3 times, and then Pai Daya Singh Ji got up. Now from here the story is told in 2 ways. Some people say that the Guru took the man back in a tent and then just there it was, and then the other person. But I believe the version of the story is this, that the Guru got a man on the stage and he cut off his head. Then he called another person, then he called another person. By the time 5 persons were called, out of 80,000, hardly 20,000 people were left. Everybody ran away. It even happened that some of the good Sikh persons also went to his mother, Mata Gujri Ji, telling him, your son is just going to cut off the whole thing and nothing will be left behind. After 5 things were done, then Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj Ji put all the 5 men bodies, then the 5 heads. Now, the significance of the thing is, the Guru wanted us to understand a very big thing for the entire coming generations, that everything has to break, all the differences. It was just not happening. You are a Hindu, you are a Muslim, you are a Christian. People were not understanding it. And not only that, you see, you are black, you are white, you are lower caste, you are higher caste. All these differences are the biggest problem of the society. We are just not able to accept the other as I am. Leave the traditional world. Look at the present world. Look at, you see, if you talk about Germany, look at the German philosophers. What did they do? So many things. This concept of the other is the cause of World War I, World War II. It's only that we are not able to accept the other person as he or she is. So that has to break. If the Guru had not made this event such a big thing, I don't think that we will ever understand the gravity of the situation, how intense a thing it is. Yes, I have to. Guru had to break that. So, for that, I think cutting off the body thing was also very important. That it's gone. It's all gone. Now, they're all 5 there. Whose head, whose body, no matter. Because we are actually one. So, he just put the bodies randomly, put the heads randomly, and put Amrit into their mouth, and then they all got up. Because, there are some things like, for example, in class, you can teach everything through theory. But there are some such important lessons you want them to happen practically. If they will not happen practically, my students will just not get it. Or maybe I'm trying to teach them seva, seva, seva. They are not understanding it. I take them out of class. I take them to an orphanage. I tell them, look at these people, look, this is happening in the world. Then looking at a orphan child, their heart will melt automatically. Something that I'm trying to say theoretically many times was not working. Now practically it will work. Similarly, when we say that on Baisakhi the Guru chopped off their heads and then he brought them back to life, it's like this way the yourself which is divided, always split into this, has to break down. It has to die and a new self is to be born. Then you can say that yes, you are a human who is an image of God. That's how it has to happen. Then that actual universal love will flow through you. So to make the situation such a significant, to give us such a significant message, he did this thing in a very practical form. That's how I believe in it. So my version of the story is this, that the Guru did this, and then of course some people say he never showed a miracle. Now why did he do that? For that I have this from Gurbani, when the Guru says, Gur kahya so kar kamavo, gur ki karni kahe tavo. I have to follow what his orders are for me. I don't have to judge his actions. That's how it works in an institution also, you know. Like for example, she being the head can come to the school meeting us every day. Then one day she just doesn't show up on milk break. Then we can't say that why she didn't do it. She's not meant to do it every day, or the head is not meant to do it every day. He or she is the judge of his own actions. We cannot do that. We are working under. Similarly, the Sikhs can say are to follow him, not to judge him. So that is why if he did it, he is the better. You know, he knows that this is needed. This is something that has to go out in such a big way. Only then my people will understand it. Otherwise, it will not happen. So that's why, that's how on Baisakhi it happened. Then the Guru formed Khalsa, and then after the formation of Khalsa, the Guru himself. Now this is also a miracle. But people feel that only cutting off the body is a miracle. No. And also you see, if you want to, like sometimes I have some people who logically question this thing, then I try to make them understand, you see, it is not a big deal for the Guru. Why? You see Baba Tal Rai ji, there are so many stories from life of those people who are following the yogic lifestyle, and they're able to do such things. Not a big deal at all. If they can do it, why could the Guru not do it? Of course, he could do it anytime, but he just chose to do it only that one time, because that was a very significant moment which will change the world forever. So that's how it is.
Just to kind of draw a couple connections, that Amrit was one of the two things that the emperor had said were dangerous, or where they got their strength from. So when she was talking about the Amrit before this thing, that's this this Amrit ceremony that she was just describing.
Yeah.
And that we do that still today. And the idea is that you know, in order to follow the Guru, you do have to chop off your head. You do have to take the logic and your thinking out of it, and just give.
Yeah, you have to come into that surrenderance. Without that surrenderance, it will not happen. So when you choose that, yes, you surrender, and you want to just be the instrument through which the Almighty will flow, that is the moment you are ready for it. ठीक है जी. Any other questions? Yeah. Yes.
What made you choose the story without the tent?
See again, what made me choose?
Choose the story without the tent rather than the one with the tent.
I didn't get it again.
Why do you like the story that doesn't involve going behind the tent?
Oh yeah, because that's like, you know, for me, Guru is everything. He can do everything. If I think that, oh, you know, he did that, that means, couldn't he bring someone to life? Of course he can. That, like, you know, that just doesn't go with my faith. I have this faith in him that he is everything and he can do everything. If I don't have that faith, then I just don't have it. That's my life. That my faith is my life. And if I believe in the other thing, then I'm doubting my master. If I'm doubting him, then how can I grow up to be so strong? Because I feel that the Guru is, I'm image of my Guru. So, you know, if I want to be an image of him, I want to see him as great. So if I believe in these kind of things, then I'm doubting him. If I'm doubting him, that what am I walking for? So, you know.
It's very funny for him, because like this tent thing, it always made it weird.
Tent thing, yeah.
It makes it much more like, I don't know, something is different for me in the story without the tent, tent in a big way.
Okay.
It's not hiding, it's not, you know.
Yeah, not hiding. Yeah, that's what I feel. Yeah, that's what I feel. Why does he need to hide it from other people, you know? Like,
just to clarify, sometimes when they tell the story with the tent, it's like they even say that he wasn't cutting off the heads, he was cutting a goat.
Goat,
and
yeah.
that was the blood that was running.
Yes,
so
yes.
That's
why they use a tent thing, because they say that he was cutting a goat. So that's why maybe he was faking. So for me, saying that is like he was faking. And I just can't think it that way. Because, yeah.
Yes. Your approach from, or the difference between the two ways to see the Baisakhi story opens a deep understanding to Yogi Bhajan, because the
Okay.
They have spoken that there is blood on the sword.
Okay.
So they chopped off the head.
They chopped off the head. Yeah.
And I think he was on the same path as you.
Yes, Yogi ji was, I know.
Now,
Because
I know.
you see, sometimes when he spoke, I have never met him in my life, and also not have heard many. And I don't think that it needs to listen to many things. Sometimes, you just feel the connection. So only some of the things which I've heard, the way he says, you can feel that passion in every word that he says, the love that he had for the Guru. And you see, like, it's not easy, going to a different world, going to a different culture and having an impact. We have people here, our own people from our own, trying to make our own children understand, and you're not able to. And then all of a sudden, one man who's born here and goes there and he says something, and it's a very big thing. I remember when I was in my 6th grade, that was the 300th celebration of Baisakhi. That time, the entire Miri Piri Academy did go to Anandpur Sahib, and I was in 6th grade, and I was in a boarding school in Himalayas. So we also came from there to Anandpur Sahib. That was my first time I saw, like exactly like Sukhdev is wearing a khanda. So I saw like people of 3HO there, and I was so surprised that how are these people, who are they and why are they following Sikhi? So that was my first encounter with this thing. And then later I got to know, and I was, as a child only, I was very much impressed by this, that how can only one person go out there and change? Because as a student, to be very honest with you, I was not into Sikhi at all. So for me, I was very logical. My boarding school people used to tell us, you have to take Amrit, I was always like, why do I need to do? Always why? It was till my 11th grade. So when this happened, that time I was very much curious about it, that how can this happen? We are not able to feel that it's an important thing. Why are these people feeling it? It's an important thing. So what Yogi ji did is like a very big thing. That's why he is called Shri Singh Sahib ji, because it is actually a big thing that he did for the world, helping people come out of it. Hanji. I hope I answered some of your questions, right? Sometimes the discussions go this way, and this way, but...
It's been very beautiful to hear all your stories, and you can see the inspiration that is running through you.
I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, of course, like you see this Baisakhi thing also. I don't know. I have my own way of, and I try to just put it out the way I think it. Because, if you don't do it again, the fake thing comes into it. And I just don't want to sound that way. And luckily, with the Guru's blessing, I've got a chance to go through the Western philosophies as well, and the logical and all that, because that's my subject. So, I feel that, I don't know why the things are, if we present it in its traditional and the original way, it will appeal more to the people. Just, it's like we are trying to fit our vessel into a shorter vessel, like into a smaller vessel. Why are we trying to do that? We are two different things. Let them be different. The Guru says that we are different, but still we can be together. That's how the nature is. That's how the Lord has created the cosmos. Why are we always afraid that if I am different from you, you might not like me? No, it's not like that. So, that's why it should come out in the way how you feel it at your heart. Otherwise, how are you?
That's where you started.
So how are you liking it in India, in Punjab? All of you are here for first time?